commanding a spotlight entirely his, James Comey turned it onto the president, describing Donald Trump as not truthful and not credible.
I was honestly concerned that he might lie about the nature of our meeting, and so I thought it really important to document.
Those memos provided the basis of James Comey's testimony today. Dramatic, compelling, and controversial.
Did the president at any time ask you to stop the FBI investigation into Russian involvement in the 2016 U.S. elections?
Not to my understanding, no.
Comey, less conclusive when asked about Michael Flynn, the fired national security advisor. After testifying, the president said he hoped Comey would let Flynn go.
I took it as a direction. Right. I mean, this is the president of the United States, with me alone, saying, I hope this. I took it as, this is what he wants me to do. Now, I didn't obey that, but that's the way I took it.
You may have taken it as a direction, but that's not what he said.
Correct.
He said, I hope.
Those are exact words, correct.
Do you sense that the president was trying to obstruct justice?
I'm sure the special counsel will work towards to try and understand what the intention was there and whether that's an offense.
That, a bombshell, implying the special counsel is looking at whether the president broke the law by directing Comey to dial back an investigation.
Why didn't you stop and say, Mr. President, this is wrong?
Maybe if I were stronger, I would have. I was so stunned by the conversation that I just took it in.
Another startling revelation came in this acknowledgement from Comey about the conversation he documented related to Flynn.
I asked a friend of mine to share the content of the memo with a reporter. I asked him to because I thought that might prompt the appointment of a special counsel.
That, of course, ultimately happened. All of it triggered by a tweet. The president, who apparently suspected Comey was behind that leak, wrote on May 12th, James Comey better hope that there are no tapes of our conversation before he starts leaking to the press.
Look, I've seen the tweet about tapes. Lordy, I hope there are tapes. If he did, my feelings aren't hurt. Release all the tapes. I'm good with it.
Comey, clearly frustrated by the president's explanation for firing him.
The administration then chose to defame me and, more importantly, the FBI by saying that the organization was in disarray. Those were lies, plain and simple.
And his concerns linger about the past administration, too. And then Attorney General Loretta Lynch, appointed by President Obama. She met Bill Clinton on a tarmac when the FBI was looking at Hillary Clinton and asked Comey to call that inquiry a matter, not an investigation.
As I've said before, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We had an investigation open at the time, and so that gave me a queasy feeling.
A person familiar with those discussions tells NBC Lynch used the word matter to make sure she didn't confirm or deny an investigation and wanted to stay consistent with Comey, who never said at the time he wasn't comfortable with it. Capitol Hill, captivated by all of it. People lining up starting at 4 this morning. A group of FBI employees in the room to give moral support, calling themselves Comey's homies, and getting a passionate goodbye from their former director.
It was the honor of my life to serve beside you, to be part of the FBI family, and I will miss it for the rest of my life.
Republicans, skittish, still giving the president the benefit of the doubt.
The president's new at this. He's new to government. And so he probably wasn't steeped in the long-running protocols that establish the relationships between DOJ, FBI, and White Houses.
Democrats unsatisfied.
So the president needs to address the various allegations that have been made. And if he doesn't feel that they're accurate, he should say so. But if he can't rebut what's been said, that will be pretty damning.
And breaking late tonight, 2 congressional sources have just told NBC News Jared Kushner has agreed to meet with Senate Intelligence Committee staffers mid-month on the condition he submit documents and answer questions from the senators themselves at a later time. Lester?
All right, Hallie Jackson starting us off. Thank you. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.